Hello, everybody. I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 28th of March, 2024. Now, yesterday I did a video and I was speaking on the entire situation with law enforcement versus civilians, civilians versus law enforcement versus law enforcement. I incorporated a video of what seemed to be a police officer who was recording two soldiers who, according to the police officers, they drove past two police stops. They ignored the police officers when they stopped them twice and stuff like that. And, persons were supporting the soldiers and were saying that this and that, they may have an emergency, they may have this dealing with that, dealing with, and stuff like that. I was also speaking on the fact that you have to obey law. Even if you're a law enforcement officer, you have to respect law enforcement officers also. It matters not. The police do not know what your mission is. They can't confirm if you're an actual soldier, you're in an unmarked vehicle, what seemed to be a private vehicle. They can't determine your mission. They can't determine if it's really law enforcement that are in law enforcement / soldiers that are actually in the vehicle. And so if they stop you on the road, you are supposed to stop. I saw a lot of persons, including entertainers, who came out and was speaking about it. I think there was Razor B who spoke against it and was saying that if you are a soldier and you are disobeying the law, what do you expect law-abiding citizens or citizens, regular citizens, to do? You are supposed to stop when a law enforcement officer stop you in the road. You're not supposed to drive past. It is illegal. You understand? You're not supposed to be doing it. And, it speaks to the level of lawlessness that we harbor in the society and what we are promoting in the society. And it trickles all the way back down to the little toddlers, wherein they grow up and they see these things and they mimic it. They think that it is culture. They think that's a way of life, to be disrespectful to just about anybody and not care, not listen, because the wider society or adults do not listen and they don't care and they're always rebelling and all this kind of stuff. I incorporated the other video with L.A. Lewis, what seems to be witchcraft that he's performing on the Director of Public Prosecution, Paula Llewellyn, that he wants her to meet in accident, all these misfortune to reach her because she has Vybz Kartel in prison and all of these kind of things. First and foremost, Paula Llewellyn did not prosecute Vybz Kartel. She also did not try him and convict him. It was the other prosecutors who did, and also the jury who found him guilty. The judge is the one who sentenced him. So I don't know what exactly is it that's taking place there. I spoke on it yesterday. I need not to rehash it. But at the end of the day, we have to learn to respect each other. And this was the point that I'm trying to make. So I will incorporate it and expound on the respect today. I made a very profound statement that there needs to be a course on respect in Jamaica. And it needs to be mandatory in every school, in every level. From the little toddlers going to kindergarten straight up to high school to tertiary level. And also at training facilities and stuff like that, whether it be for any career path, that is, including law enforcement. There need to be a course on respect, wherein people should respect authority. Authority should respect people. Also, authorities should respect authority. And it might sound light, but there is some realness and validity to my argument, because we are seeing a situation that is brewing and it's getting out of hand. When you see a police officer can record a soldier for something that serious, driving past two police stops, it shows that not even law enforcement respect law enforcement, and we are going to have a chaos eventually, you understand, because nobody respect each other. And if people don't know, I have said this before in other video, guys, please excuse the noise. I have said this before in other video that if you don't know, respect is something that prevents war. There is a reason Russia and United States merely have Cold War, or they sanction each other, but they do not attack each other physically. There's a reason for that. You understand? Because they know respect prevents a whole lot of things. And you don't want great atrocity or collateral damage to be in place, because their nation of people are going to die. Your nation of people are going to die. So it makes no sense. It simply makes no sense. We can attack each other, have a cold war wherein we are going to drop sanction here, drop sanction there, and all these kind of things. But at the end of the day, there has to be some sort of respect that is between two. And I can't stress it enough. So this is to my argument that a course, obviously, a course needs to be done on how to respect each other. We are seeing it in the home where children do not respect parents, parents do not respect children, and children go out into the wider society and they disrespect teachers, they disrespect authority, or they pretend for a matter of moment that they respect authority. But little by little, you see their behavior start to change, wherein they are disrespectful to just about anyone. So a course in respect there needs to be a course of respect in Jamaican schools, in Jamaican academies, all across the island. You understand? Look at this situation with Popcaan. That's another one. I was shocked when I see it again. Popcaan is in the media with squabbles with police officers again. First it was this one.
The police try come and shut off unruly vest. Popcaan not have it.
Manners and respect for boss. That is it. Anything I him say.
It's 4 o'clock and we give it till 5 o'clock.
We can say one more thing, Baba.
It is time to go.
Uncle, what are the uncle? Look here now.
Okay.
Uncle, watch you now. That's why St. Thomas can better. Cause we fight every team what we do. We don't move up. We tired of one up. Come back, lad. Push him up away. Pull up. Yeah, pull up. Pull up. Hey, don't tell me not Carlos. Yo, we could have keep my bum buckler to a stadium. And it's wrong like this. One or two bad man boy and push him in a light. I don't try you go. I don't try you go. Not care about your master no way you. And I like to the youth. When I violate the team. Oh, I'm doing it. St. Thomas can better with everything. Bum buckler don't have. You are run St. Thomas native too. You are run St. Thomas native. What is that dirty boy here? You can't know. What's your declare? Everybody jump, 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 jump.
No, that is that. That was Popcaan at the Unruly Fest. I think he got at some time that he was supposed to perform, a time limit, deadline for the show, I'm sorry. And then he reached a time limit and they decided that they were going to lock it off. He doesn't want the show to lock off. And, you know, Joshua was there to perform and Joshua was saying, you know, manners and respect to the law enforcement officers. Popcaan obviously didn't want that, didn't want to hear that he wasn't bucking. And, you know, he began to curse at the police officers and this and that, call him Batman this and whatever, a whole bunch of expletives. Now we see this again.
Batman put so on. Batman and the Batman he get to you. Batman for them. So they can't buy bomb buckler 3-wheel bike.
Look at that something.
Push them, make sure back off the road. What's up?
And that is that. that's Popcaan again at a bike show. I think it's a bike show that he put on, and he ended up in entanglement with the police officers and stuff like that. And I guess it was illegal. I'm not sure if it was legal or something of the sort, but there's lies a brawl ensued between police officers and the artist. And again, it is going absolutely nowhere. And you see people, I don't know, whoever it is that's recording it, or beside the person recording it, saying that police are bad man, they bad mind, they need to go S their mother, they need to this, they need to that, pussy wall, excuse my language. These are the things that they are known to say to law enforcement officers when they are on duty doing their job. People don't think of ways that they can quell the matter or say, you know what, I apologize, this and that, keep it moving. They decide that they are going to escalate, they are going to detonate a bomb. And because of such, there will always be a squabble between a lot of people and police officers. And in this case, it seems to be Popcaan again with police officers. I saw a couple artists and public figures that were speaking about it, including Vegas. And Vegas hit some major points that the people around you are enablers. The people around you are enablers, and they're enabling bad behavior. They're encouraging bad behavior. It can't be wherein they are around and they're going to tell police officers this and that. They're going to encourage you to do just about anything that you please and believe that you're going to get away with it. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. And I always say, you cannot beat the system. The only thing that can beat the system is the system itself. The system has to see where its arrows lie, or where its arrow lie, or arrows, because it could be more than one, where its arrow, and decide that, listen, it's not going to work. We need to repeal it. We need to change this. We need to change that because it's not working out. You can't do it. You can't do it through fighting. I incorporated Nelson Mandela in one of my videos and said he did 27 years in prison. When Nelson Mandela came out of prison, he could not say, pink bota, suck your mother, Batman people, you understand me, and go on mic and say all these kind of things. He had to conform. The people who were against apartheid, which were the black South Africans, they couldn't just come out and decide that they're going to riot and all of these kind of things after and say that, we're going to kill and no matter no Batman and all these kind of things. You couldn't do that because you weren't going to win. You cannot fight an army where it's natural and inevitable for you to lose. You can't. They had more weaponry. They had more manpower and more weaponry. So you could not, with everything, it was not hard for them to kill every single black South Africans then. So what Nelson Mandela did was use a different strategy. He bent at the knee. He came in and he decided that, okay, he's going to work with them. And they within themselves saw wherein, okay, this thing is not going to work for the betterment of ourselves as white South Africans and for the betterment of black South Africans. It's simply not going to work. So let us get rid of apartheid because it benefits absolutely no one. That's how the system changed. The system has to change. The system. You cannot use brute force and rebel because what you're doing right now, and what a lot of people are doing are rebelling. You are rebelling against something. You're rebelling, but you're not rebelling with intelligence. You're not rebelling with strategy. You're not rebelling where you meet at the mind. What you're doing is that you're just being a rebel, a senseless rebel, a reckless rebel without a cause eventually. And so you become a very loud, noisy individual somewhere to some part that people or law enforcement are trying to shut up. You understand? And so with that being said, you have to go and find out how you can work with these people, how you can work with law enforcement in order to feel like you have some sort of autonomy or independence to traverse the island and do what you want to do in the safest way without being harassed by police officers. That's what you're going to have to do, Popcaan, because this thing is not going to end well for you. It's not going to end well for you. And if there are persons around you who know better, you should try and listen to them. If there are nobody around you who do not know better, I think you need to consult or find people who know better to keep them in your corner. And another badman police is not going to help you. Another badman attorney at law or in the street attorney at law is not going to help you. That's not the way to go. We see the good that you're doing for St. Thomas, and we commend you for doing it. We commend you for doing it because you're doing a lot of work along with the government. They are doing their part, you are doing your part, and I commend you, Popcaan. Very good. But you're taking a step forward and you're taking like 3 steps back when these things happen. It's like all the things that you're doing simply are going in vain because of this constant squabble with law enforcement, and it goes nowhere. Then you have people in your corner, the voices, the Succumac community, the Batman community, the bad mind police bad mind community, and all these kind of things. The rhetorics that people keep spewing is not helping you as an artist. It may sound strange. Maybe I'm not the person that you want to hear it from. Maybe other entertainers aren't the persons that you want to hear it from. Probably you want to hear it from someone like you. I don't know. Because if you don't want to hear it from anybody, it therefore means that you don't have much intelligence to you, and you just have to leave people to their demise. You understand? People are speaking out about it because they really care about you as an artist. Because we're not that wicked, we're not that evil, You understand me? There is some sort of care that is within us as Jamaicans, and we want the better for the artists. You understand? Not to be in constant feud, because we see the good that is being done. We see that there's some heart of gold that you have. But when you're going on about it, it can't be wherein you want to do these things. And when law enforcement get involved, you're going to rebel against them. You're going to fight against them. You have to see in the middle of that situation how you can defuse a bomb instead of detonating it. Because that's what's happening. Each time we see it, it's like a bomb being detonated. And you're the one that is pulling the clip. It seems like you're the one that's pulling the clip. You understand? Law enforcement officers need to learn how to respect civilians. Civilians need to learn how to respect law enforcement officers. Maintain self-control and close your mouth. If you don't have anything good to say, do not open your mouth and say it. You cannot be disrespectful to law enforcement officers. You're putting the person who is the subject at hand in grave danger. You're putting them in serious problems that you will not be able to take them out of. When they are in trouble or when they catch certain situations with law enforcement, you cannot be on a phone or recording them and be saying, suck your mother, suck Batman police. You cannot be doing that. You are making situations worse. And I just said it yesterday that there's a great level of illiteracy among Jamaican people, and it is no joke. Listen, I had a friend once who was in Jamaica, and he likes to go to local places like local bars and all these kind of things and stuff like that. And if he goes, he will perform his own experiment, because what he does is that he will go to one bar 3 days out of the week. Right? So he just go there and he will buy a drink, and people are there, so he will sponsor the drink, and then he will come back tomorrow and stuff like that, and they want him to sponsor a drink, and he'll be it because he has the resource to do it. The third day he will do it, and they come back and they want him to sponsor the drink again, and he was like, he didn't buy it. He didn't buy them the drink. The fourth day, they start to talk about pussy wall and Batman and this and he's like, where's your appreciation for the first 2 days of the drink that I bought you? I bought all of you drink. There's no appreciation for it because I'm not able to buy you today, or I don't feel like buying you the drink today. Then all these things, you are starting to use these words to describe me. And these are experiments that he does when he come here in the island and he goes to Kingston. He always speak about Kingston because he likes Kingston. You understand me? And he always speak about it. He said the main place that he experienced it is in Kingston. He will find this type of behavior when he goes to Kingston. There's no appreciation. It's like today take care of itself. Tomorrow is something different. I'm a complete stranger to you tomorrow, and you have to do the same sponsorship. And if you don't do it, then you're Batman and you're this, you're pussy wall. Excuse my language. You're all these type of things. And it shows that people simply do not have any respect. People don't respect themselves. So guess what? There needs to be a course on self-respect. There needs to be a course on respecting each other. There needs to be a course where you respect law enforcement. There needs to be a course where you respect authority. And there needs to be a course where authority, respect civilian. You understand? And it goes on and on. So it's one big course and you have all of these stages in it. You understand? Because it is necessary. It is necessary. So when you're doing these things and you're saying these things, you're not realizing that oftentimes you will meet a stranger and they're performing an experiment to see how people function. And you always speak on Jamaican people, they have a level of illiteracy when you go to certain communities and you go to certain places, because they will be having a simple conversation and it escalate into fight. It escalates into disrespect for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It just don't need to go there. And that's something that he found out. That's something that, I knew all along. But him being a gringo, he come here and he run his experiment and he see it for himself. So this is what I'm speaking of. You cannot want to rebel against the system and you're using ignorance, you're using illiteracy, you're using over-aggressive behavior and mindset in order to rebel against the system. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to move forward. And there's nothing wrong with that. We study the past to know the future. That's taking a step back. All scientists are historians, because in order for them to know what they have dealing with, what they're inventing, what they're going to expound on, they have to take a step back into the past to know what was taking place back then, what was the reaction from people, how they function, all of these good stuff. So with that being said, in my argument, I'm just imploring that people need to learn to respect each other. Listen, respect is something that you can extrapolate from someone, If you choose not to, you can force it out. You can force respect out of people. Yeah, it might incorporate fear. It may incorporate fear because you don't want any form of bodily harm. You don't want to be penalized. However, you have to learn to respect authority. That's all I'm saying. You have to learn to respect each other and you have to learn to respect yourself. You can't want to be a voice of reason. And I speak about the Tupac syndrome that a lot of Jamaican men seem to have, or black men seem to have, because it's very common in the US also and a few other regions. You want to be the voice of reason where people look up to you, and tomorrow you want to be a street thug, where you get credit from the street and you this and that and pimp up, you kill a nigga and this and that. You can't. It will never work. It will never work. The Tupac syndrome will never work. You will never have the best of both worlds. You can see that you're getting the best of both worlds, but you will be stopped. You will be stopped in your path. And oftentimes, many people do not like the price that they end up paying. But there is some truth to it. You will be stopped in your path. That's all I'm saying. You understand? You can't want to come out. And then when you're coming out, you're speaking to people disrespectfully and expect to respect. You are disrespecting law enforcement just off the bat. Yeah, we know that there are police officers who are very disrespectful and stuff like that. I have seen it with drivers. I've seen a lot of people experience it. I'm sorry. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. However, you want to defuse a bomb, right? You don't want to detonate a bomb. So upon wanting to defuse a bomb, you are going to traverse with what? With care, with caution, because you know what's at stake for you. You have more to lose. And Popcaan, I think there needs to be some shaving down. I don't get what's with men and this entourage and this need to be around a whole lot of men who most likely going nowhere, getting to the next bench. It's about hype. It's about this, that, all the time. Yeah, you need your fun time as a man. You need to chill out. You need to hang out with your friends. But sometimes people have questionable character, and a lot of these people who are among you, are around you, sometimes are of ill report. A lot of times they are agents themselves, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. It could very well be one of them who call the police on you. They are agents. They're agents. I think that you guys need to go and research on, I think his name is Robert Othniel, something like that. He was an agent in the Black Panther. He was the one who caused the death of Freddie. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, guys. I don't quite remember his name. The Black Panther leader who started, Freddie Hampton. I think it's Freddie. No, it's not Freddie Hampton. I don't want to mistake his name. He caused the death of the guy. He was an agent the entire time when the feds were coming in and they raiding every Black Panther meeting and locking them up. He was the guy that was giving and he was so close. He was, beating up other guys because he thought that they were agents also. And he was the active agent giving the FBI all this information about people. All this information about the Black Panther movement at the time. He was the one who was doing it. So when they make money, they have to be using it to bail out other guys. They have to be using it to pay a lawyer fee. So they were always 10 steps back. So a lot of times people in your crew can be very well be agents. These are things that you have to look into. And you have to be careful of the attention that you want, the attention that you're trying to seek, the audience that you're trying to seek. We see where Tulox himself is in a quagmire right now. I'm not going off on a tangent. I'm reverting back to the topic. But we see where Tulox is in some quagmire right now with his reputation and imagery because he interviewed Jeffrey and they're saying that they're canceling him, and him and Jeffrey have the same hairstyle. Him a Batman too. He's a suspect. How he go hard on other people when he's on his show, but when he's interviewing them, he goes soft, he's smooth, he gets soft out. He would have done the same thing with Shensia. People are saying all these kind of things about him. You understand? You have to be careful of the audience that you are trying to reach. That's why I always say my channel is not for everybody. I said it specifically. My channel is for people who are critical thinkers. My channel is not for everybody. The suck your mouth, the carry on community is not welcome here. That's why you see I don't climb like a lot of people, because I'm not trying to attract just about anybody. Absolutely not. That's why I behave different. I talk different. I carry myself different, because I'm simply not trying to attract everybody. You understand? And because of that, you will find yourself in the situation that you're in. You will find yourself in the situation that you are in right now, based on the type of crowd that you are trying to attract on your channel, on your platform. When you are also an artist, you will find yourself in major problems, because a lot of people are of questionable report, a lot of people are of ill report, a lot of people are are agents, active agents, and they're there to bring you down. So they will encourage any bad behavior, because it will lead to you eventually being incarcerated or losing your life. So in case you don't know, Popcaan, you know now. You understand? And this goes for every other persons out there who are entertainers or public figures who have a lot of people around them, who are always in the spotlight, always on social media, and they're always in squabble with law enforcement. You have to be careful of the crowd that you're trying to attract. You have to be careful of your circle. A lot of people in your circle are agents, and there needs to be respect among brethren. There needs to be respect among sistren. There needs to be respect. I was seeing a video this morning, and instantly in the video, a woman is talking, and the comments that are being made about the woman, and she's talking about her ordeal. There's a woman that's literally crying, and she's talking about her ordeal, and people are talking about the woman's mouth and inside her mouth and all these kind of things. People just believe that everything that comes to their empty head, that they should just post it on social media. They should just be disrespectful and rude for absolutely no reason. You understand? We can all think something, but that doesn't mean that you should pitch it out. That doesn't mean that you should allow it to leave your buccal cavity and just say it. And it matters not, because what? You will get a few likes, you will get a few laughing emojis, you will get a few comments that supports your disrespectful argument. And that's why I say there needs to be a course on respect right across the board for all. I used to go to a high school, and it was an all-girls school. And one of the rules that we have is that whenever a teacher or an authoritative figure enters the classroom, you stand. So for every subject that we are going to have, whenever another teacher enters the classroom, we're supposed to stand. When we get into the senior level, teachers don't come to us. We go to the teachers, or we go to the classroom. So we'll go to the classroom when we have different subject areas, for those doing biology, maths, chemistry, for those doing social studies, religious education, all these principles of business, all these subject areas. We go to different classroom for it. Now, when we go to the classroom, oftentimes the teachers are not there in the classroom. So we will sit, we will this, that, talk, take out our books and stuff. But as soon as the teacher enters the classroom, you stand. That's respect, because it's showing respect to authoritative figure. Now, when I left school and I went to college, it wasn't the same. I don't think it was the same. When a teacher enters the classroom, you stand. It wasn't like that anymore. You don't stand, because every institution is different, I guess. And so you won't find that in every high school. In the tertiary institution, it's a bit different. I didn't have that experience where you stand automatically when a teacher enters the classroom. But you go out into the society, we have that same respect in our mind that we should always respect authority. You understand? But a lot of people who are in authoritative figure believe that they should use brute force at all time, because they just see everybody as their enemy, or they have personal issues. So we know that authorities need course also in respect. However, you are supposed to respect them. You're not supposed to say just about anything that comes to your mind to authority. You're not supposed to just be out there and be disrespectful to authority, because it's going to go left instead of going right. That's all I'm trying to say. So I want people to have a clear understanding of what this thing is. Respect is very serious. It is serious business. It prevents a lot of situations that can go left instead of going right. And even in the primary school level, in the basic school level, it should be taught. It should be taught right across the board. Children need to learn to respect each other, need to respect authority, need to respect their parents. Parents is the same thing. Adults is the same thing. Teachers the same thing. Learn to respect students, learn to respect each other. But we live in a society where everybody's commercializing bad behavior, commercializing suck your ma, Batman, this and that, pussy wall, excuse my language. People are commercializing these things, and when you commercialize these things, they think that it is funny. Another situation that I see, I want to speak on is Spice. No, I think one of my first videos that I did on when I started this channel was to speak on Spice, and I was in support of Spice the entire time. I was supporting her when people were coming at her, when people were saying all these nasty things about her. When Spice decided to do the Amber Rose Slut Walk performance, I was one of them who said don't go, because this thing and the atmosphere, the type of crowd that's out there in LA, they're really prejudiced people. Also, even if they're bad behaving crowd, and these are retired prostitute, retired porn stars, and all these type of people out there, you understand, who promotes certain ill in society. You don't really want that kind of crowd. She went there and she got a backlash where people were saying this and people were saying all these nasty things about her, and it was floating around on social media. You understand? And so I was there and I was supporting Spice just the same with my commentary. With the same situation with the Erica Mena, when Erica Mena called her a monkey and was making these monkey noises of Spice, I was there supporting it. I did around 2 or 3 videos on the Erica Mena situation, and I was saying that this is total jealousy, because she believed that the success and limelight that Spice have, she's the one who's supposed to have it, because she was raised in a system in the black community that thrives on colorism. To think that she's superior to a darker skinned woman, or a woman who happens to be more ethnic than her. So she believes strongly that she should be the preferred one, the one who has more to offer. Now, when she saw her husband or her ex-husband being in support of Spice, she felt some type of way that he should not be going after Spice. He should not be empathetic towards Spice more than her, or he shouldn't be empathetic to her at all. You understand? And so with that being said, Spice felt some type of way. I spoke about the entire situation when it went down, and I was supporting Spice. Now when I look and I see Spice today bigging up Pretty Don, who is on the internet, the most disrespectful vlogger on the internet, and going out and saying all these things about people, calling up all sorts of people name, attaching sexuality to people unsolicited, who didn't give you any information about their private life and stuff like that. And you're calling out just about anybody, public figure, politicians. You're disrespecting just about anybody across the board, saying that you're giving good advice and good message and all these kind of things. And I see Spice coming out and saying that big up Pretty Don is the boss. It made me wonder if maybe you really are a monkey. Maybe you really are a monkey, because it doesn't have much sense. It doesn't have much sense. And I've heard Spice speak. There's some intelligence to her. I've heard Spice speak before. So I was shocked when she come out. But then again, Pretty Don was always supporting her and saying that she talked to Spice and all these kind of things. So if Spice is promoting or supporting an individual that does something like that, remember, you have daughter and you have a son. They're black. They're dark skin. People are going to come at them. Are you prepared to deal with it when they start to come at them the way you are coming, the way you are supporting Pretty Don, who is coming at people? These are things that you have to ask yourself. You are supporting Pretty Don and talking about Pretty Don at the boss. Big up Pretty Don, my ass. My ass. That made me look at you differently. I lost total respect for you. For you to be sitting down and bigging up somebody like that, who is known to be blatantly disrespectful. Spice, I'm looking at you like an actual monkey. I'm not lying. When I see you, I'm looking at a monkey, because he doesn't have any damn sense. It doesn't have any sense. And we're not fanatics over here. We're not frightened Friday or wishy-washy. I support an artist when they're doing something great in terms of their music, entertainment, and, you know, speaking on certain subject matters. But when you come out and you're going to openly support Pretti and saying that Pretti is bad because Pretti profess her love for you, so that makes her the boss. You understand? But that's the same mouth that is disrespecting people so bad. That's saying all these caustic things about people so bad. You understand? And you're there bigging her up. You're there supporting her. And it makes me wonder, is this person really a monkey? Maybe Erica Mena saw something that we didn't see. That we're finally seeing. Probably. Maybe that's the case. I don't hold any stones in my mouth. I'm not a fanatic over here. I'm not frightened Friday for any artist. None of you paying my bills. None of you paying my bills. And even if you do, it's not going to make me hinder or have any hindrance in telling you the truth respectfully. But I am wondering right now if you are actually a monkey. Because it's only a monkey who would fix their face to be bigging up and supporting somebody who is doing something like this on social media. At some point in time, I would think that you would call and say, you know, that I love you and I support you because you support me and you always endorse me and support me on your channel and stuff like that. But you have to be careful of the things that you're doing and the things that you're saying about people out there, because people know people. And remember, people live in United States also. You're not the only person strapped. You're not the only person with a gun. You're not the only person with this, with that. Come on. You have to stop. You have to talk. That's what I'm expecting you to say to her. And I don't want anybody to say how I know that. If she had done it, she would have come out and said. Pretti would have come out and said. Because obviously it's a person that doesn't hold anything in. It's like a person with verbal diarrhea. Or diarrhea and verbal diarrhea. Hold nothing in. So for you to come out and you are supporting somebody who is saying something like this, and you have a whole career, where you need the fan base and you need the support. People are going to look at you sideways whether you like it or not. Now I'm starting to see why so many persons simply did not like you. And it had nothing, and you keep on saying that it's your skin color. No, it has nothing to do with your skin color. You weren't the only dark skin female artist. There was Lady Saw, there were so many. There are so many dark skin female artists out there. So it had nothing to do with your skin color. It has absolutely nothing to do with your skin color. You just have a nasty attitude at the entire time. And I was supporting you right through. You just had a nasty attitude. And now you're here and it shows who you really are. You're supporting this type of behavior because it speaks to who you are. A monkey. Maybe. It speaks to who you are. Like it or not, I care zero. I care zero. Truth will out. People can come and people can say what they want to say about me. I care. I don't care. You understand me? Because I can clap back just the same. You understand? I can remove your comment, whatever the case may be. You understand me? You're disrespectful to me. I can be disrespectful to you just the same. It matters not. All I'm saying is that Spice is not looking good at you. When so many, even a vlogger came up and was speaking on Spice and saying that she looked ugly, her belly ugly and this and that because of her. So I was the one who was there and I was supporting Spice. And I was saying that this person is saying such disrespectful thing as a vlogger and as a man about the woman who almost lost her life and stuff like that. And you could come out and then you are sitting down and you're saying that Pretti Dan, big up Pretti Dan and the boss. Boss of what? Boss of garbage, boss of carrion, boss of foolishness, boss of a hot mess, boss of nastiness. No self-respect, nothing at all. Absolutely no self-respect. And you are supporting it as an entertainer, saying that you're the queen of dancehall. You're not the queen of dancehall. You look like a queen without a crown. You look like a queen without a queendom. You look like a queen hunting to find a kingdom somewhere. Because you sound stupid. Very stupid. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.